What's going on, YouTube? Savage back in the building. Today we got a EVGA 1300 motherboard cable. We're gonna put this in that Nano VGA cable. Another VGA cable. A CPU cable. This should be all the cables that I need to do this build. I want to thank my YouTube fam for stopping in to watch this video. EVGA Supernova 1300 watts, and we're gonna put this in this Nano. Let's do this. So first we got a hard drive bracket right there that we got to remove. The first step into this, and that hard drive, you can adjust it. Like 3 slots right there, and you can just slide it down back and forth and put it in those little slots and screw it down. But I think for this build we're gonna have to remove that whole thing. These wires out the way here. Man, this has been a pleasant case to build in. There you go. Yeah. Let's see, we got to remove that caddy. Let's get this baby out the way. That's a monster right there. She fit. Come on. Bam. Sitting in there like a champ. There's a lot of copper in there, you can see. Right here we have some vibration pads. We got 4 of them for the PSU. Let's get some of these cables plugged in. Motherboard cable. CPU cable. cable. I'm gonna need 2 of these babies. Side. Get this baby lined up. Just trying to move some of these wires out of the way. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. I got a mess right here. And it has an opening right there. You see it? You can just pull these cables through there. Extra, we're just gonna stack up top. When we do our little cable management, we'll get this a little better. So the 3 fans you see, so that brown one, that's a Noctua 120, and then I got 2 140s in the bottom. So the screw is not lining up in that corner. So I'm gonna loosen the other 3 up just a little bit so that I can get it aligned and started. I've done a total air build before. You have to check that video out. This right here, we're gonna be doing a EVGA 240 AIO. We're gonna be using some Kingston. This is the 64 gigabyte kit. Spirit, baby. Yes. So that'll be 32 gigs each. Feed on that. And these things are overclockable. I usually run them about 4,000 hertz. I think their base rate is like 3,600. And here we're going to be using this ROG Strix AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. And also we're going to be throwing in that Western Digital Black. It's a SN 750 rated at 36 megabytes per second. Right here we got that Asus ROG Strix. It's a B55i ITX motherboard. This baby open and see what we got. Basically got your motherboard here. Oh, your little paraphernalia. I've unboxed one of those before, so you can check out the other video if you want to see that. Right now I want to get to it. Ooh, looks like sweet candy. That's the little one right there trying to jump in the picture. We like to let him ride. All right, we got to get these brackets off right here. They come already on the motherboard, so we're gonna put EVGA AIO on here. So we got to put our mountain studs on here. What I like to do is one side at a time so the bracket won't fall out the back. All right, now for the other side. There we go. We just take that bracket off, drop those bad babies in. The bracket then fall out of the back. Screw them in and tighten them up. Here we go. Ryzen 5950X, baby. Ooh, look at that. It's a nice piece of silicone right there. And it's got a little gold dot or triangle on it. You just drop it in, it'll fit in place. It's not gonna go in wrong, so you just have to look for the little triangle on the motherboard. I'm just showing you that you can turn it around and it'll eventually drop in its place. Just don't press down on it while you're doing it. Let it drop on its own accord. And once it's in, pull the latch down. Here we go with the Fury, baby. Always like Kingston memory sticks. So we got 2 slots, 2 sticks. Let's get this first one in here. All right, 1 down. 1 more to go. Get at it. A beast like your boy Savage. Sometimes it's hard to line those babies up, but you know, just take your time. Don't push down on them too quickly. Line everything up and then press them in. There we go. That's the plate on the back. That's another spot for another M.2 drive. We're gonna put 2 of those babies in. Got 2 screws here. Just taking off the heat shield for the first one. It's got another little screw underneath to secure the M.2 card. This is that Western Digital SN 750. It's 1 terabyte. And that screw we took out, we're just gonna line everything up, tighten it down. Shield here. Don't forget to remove this little plastic strip, else you might have some extra heat generating up under that baby. All right, this the back side. We're putting that second M.2 card in, hard drive in, should I say. So about 45 degrees. Line everything up. Push it in. A little one want to get in on it. So what we have to do, we got to put a little riser on there. So it can sit at the right angle. This usually come in the package in the motherboard. Good job, son. Just line that baby up. There, that's a perfect fit. And if you ever have a problem with your tips not being magnetized enough, I picked up this little magnetizer, demagnetizer at Home Depot. I think I paid $3-4 for it, but you also can get them off Amazon. If I think about it, I'll put a link in there in the description. You know, just some FYI. And it will magnetize and demagnetize those tips. But because the tips that came with this smart screwdriver, the tips weren't magnetized. And also, those tips that I'm using are coming out of the iFixit. And if you use that long extension with that iFixit, that magnetism will not work. So you get your magnetizer and you magnetize your tips. But if you do this, you already know it. I'm just throwing it out there. All right, so this is the I/O plate. There you go, flip it over the other way. Guess not. All right, so let's get this motherboard in this case. first thing we need to do, we need to get this IO plate in. Just snaps in. Sometimes that little baby can be a pain, you hear me? But I guess this was a good day. Just take your time, line her up. Tighten her down. These fan wires in. Just gonna run them through the side of the case. There we go. This is the fan splitter cable. It's going to go into the fan header on the motherboard. Orientate it right and just push it in. It's only going to go in one way anyway. All right, that's the USB that's going to the AIO pump. It's going to go into a USB header on the motherboard. It can only go in one way. So just be mindful of that and don't over push it. Or push it too hard, should I say. This is only going to go in one way. Just connecting the rest of the fans. Whiz kids with the cables, but I strive to get better. You can believe that. There we go. Took a minute, but I got it through. Man, you just have to play with those cables till you get them where you want them. Those are the fan cables. They're only going to go in one way. This out the way. This is the front panel connections here. You can just take a look at the motherboard manual that came with the motherboard, and it'll show you where to put those front panel connections in. Or you can go to asus.com and pull up the manual online. That right there, that's the USB-C cable going into the header. It's going to run to the top of the PC. All right, this is the motherboard power cable. It only goes in one way. So we're just gonna pop that baby in. Could be a little stubborn at some times. right, here we have the Noctua. That's the H2 thermal paste. That's what we're going to use to mount this AIO. That was the Intel bracket I just took off, and now I'm going to put on the AMD bracket. And just kind of line it up where I want it. Pretty much you just push it down and turn it to lock it in place. Go. Looks pretty sweet to me. The Noctua H2. We got an H1, but I think the H2 is supposed to be better. And as you can see, I already have that water pump already connected to the motherboard. So it's connected to the USB power supply and also to the AIO header on the motherboard. So now I'm just applying some of that thermal paste. Make sure your wires are out of the way. Drop that baby in place. I'm just trying to straighten out some of these fan wires. Everything plugged into the header right there. Now all we have to do is secure this baby down. I'm just trying to get it where it'll automatically rotate once I put it at an angle. I'm not tightening them all the way down, I'm just getting them started. going to go back and tighten them up. You want to make sure that they're nice and snug and don't over tighten. I'm trying to do a little cable management here. That's the power supply for the AIO motor. Trying to do a little cable management here. Trying to tighten up my skills. Those are 2 terabyte PNY SATA drives. Gonna mount those down to the back of the unit. So you got 3 spots for hard drives. You got these 2 spots, and then that caddy that I took off in the first part of the video. That caddy can hold 1 3.5 hard drive or 1 2.5 hard drive. Savage trying to brush his skills up there, baby. All right, this is the EVGA AIO. That's the mount bracket. It's adjustable because you also can put a pair of 140 millimeter fans there, or a pair of 120. It's got 2 slots. But from what the spec says, this only supposed to support a 240 millimeter AIO or radiator. All right, it's secured in, and as you can see, I already put the NVIDIA 3080 Ti in, and it was a very tight fit. So when you do this, I suggest leaving those brackets off and putting the radiator in through the front. Bam. There we go. ATX power supply in a Fractal Torrent Nano. That thing looks beautiful. That's a beast up top. Look at that, that thing's huge. Looks like it's got a nuclear reactor in the back of it. Powering it on. That's a good sign. I got my man Grievous holding it down. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna be dropping that Shift XT from Fantech. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can check it out and be notified when I drop new